In the previous video, we explored the general settings within the Settings tab. In this video, we'll look at the import features as well as pre-processing settings in Scene. For the import, the only thing you need to do is make sure that your import settings match that of your survey control. Typically, for our projects, it will be done in feet, but if you're using something other than US feet, you'll want to specify that. If you have a project in metric, you can change those settings. For pre-processing, we have a lot of different options within Scene. If we set this up properly for our projects, it will speed up the time that we pre-process our scans. On the General tab, we have three options. Colorize is obviously used if you've taken scans in color. We always want to use the feature of creating a scan point cloud. What this does is it creates an optimized viewing ability within Scene to work with the scans. Without this option turned on, you will need to manually load your scans each time you wish to view them, and you will experience a lot of lag as you move around and explore your project. Automatic registration is typically turned on, as Scene will automatically try to place your scans based on the settings that you set up. As far as the filters, Scene has a lot of options. Typically in our use cases, we'll use only one or two. The dark scan point filter will eliminate points that have a high reflectivity value returned to the scanner. If you're scanning in a place with lots of stainless steel or other highly reflective content, you may consider turning this on, as it will eliminate those points, which produce reflected images. The distance filter is also an optional thing if you're working in an area that's tightly congested and you only need points that are adjacent to the scanner itself. You can set this to whatever you need, and it will eliminate unnecessary points at farther ranges from the scanner. This will greatly reduce the size overall of the point cloud. The stray point filter will do a similar thing. As the scan points get further and further from the source of the scanner, they at times will stray and run into other reflective things that may create bad looking data. The stray point filter will eliminate some of these by adhering strictly to the grids that you've set up. The edge artifact filter will simply clean up your walls and your edges by reducing any specific surface noise. For any of these filters, you can simply click on the question mark to receive more specific information so you can be sure of which settings you wish to check. As far as the Find Targets feature, if you were scanning with spheres and checkerboards, you'll want to make sure that those automatic detection checkbox is turned on, as Scene will go through each scan to find your registration targets. If you check on the Find Planes feature, this will greatly increase the time of each scan, and each scan will produce potentially hundreds of planes, which can create confusion during the registration. We always leave this off. You'll want to set your specific sphere radii settings to the actual spheres that you're using. For the spheres that we use, our radius is 0.246. You'll need to check with the specific sphere radii that you use in your targeting systems and apply the exact radius so that Scene can accurately and quickly detect your sphere references.